Hi everybody, I'm Seamus.
I'm Josh.
I'm Rutskarn.
And I'm Chris.
No more Mass Effect 3, thank fucking God.
Well, we still have to finish this, and you guys may not be able to see this quite so clearly yet, but this stack of papers that I'm walking around is floating in midair at waist level. So, good job, BioWare.
Good job, BioWare. Game's good. It's good game. Good work.
Why are those people standing out there just
Those papers
standing?
are indoctrinated.
Look at those dicks out there just standing in line right next to the fucking tank while three other dudes stand in the open shooting at random stuff.
Once
just
again,
like,
this
whatever.
reminds me of the opening of Champions Online where you had a couple of cops with their sidearms holding off waves of aliens, and then there was this entire formation of military dudes that just wanted you to come over so they could shoot you to test their weapons. Their huge handheld howitzer. Awesome.
It's Dr. Shepard.
Hey, look for
Glad we pulled you away from your very busy schedule to drop a crate here so that I guess the husks would have to climb over it instead of just getting mowed down. That's cool.
Clem?
Look for the left-handed
Clem?
Hey, Commander.
What?
Lime? You're not making any sense, John.
Yeah, sorry.
You okay?
I don't know what I thought I'd feel coming back to Earth.
Well, you know, you have to climb
is the big
stuff to fall off of it, Rutskarn.
Yeah,
this is the big wrap-up where we start saying goodbye to the characters here. That's what's going on.
Also, Shepard, there's a special place in hell for people who force nicknames.
Also, you may have noticed, Rutskarn, I gave Shepard the best visor.
No, you're right.
That's fucking ridiculous. Continue.
The Lola reference was a reference to the beginning of this game, and it was a cute throwback. It wasn't...
Not necessarily.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's
I just think it's amusing. Like Shepard, like, you know, that was kind of like, maybe I'll call you Lola from now on. He's like, hello Shepard, and you're like, don't you mean Lola?
Whatever happens out there, you'll know what to do. You're a damn good Marine, Vega.
That means a lot to me.
Anyway.
Good luck out there.
Goodbye,
Lola.
Also, backed by popular demand, is the FOV fix. Yay!
Yay.
It's just night and fucking day.
Yeah.
At some point, that formation of guys behind us gives a left... In my game, they gave a left-handed salute, and I haven't seen it happen in Josh's playthrough. I don't know if they always do it or if it's something they fixed. Maybe they don't salute at all.
There. No, that's a right-handed salute.
Oh, they fixed it. Oh! Too bad.
So we got all these Makos. This is the part where we finally take the Mako out and fly around, kill some Reapers, run over some Geth Colossuses that
go back. I like how
disappeared.
Look at how small that crosswalk was. That was hilarious.
What? Oh yeah.
The crosswalk over there.
What the hell? This is like stay inside the line.
No, it's probably a street structure in England that we don't have here. That that's where you stop or something.
Yeah.
I can make a phone call. How do I open this?
This is how you know you're in England, because
we're really in London now, guys.
Not just really in London,
so
really in London in
authentic.
2200.
Next thing you know, we'll run into Sherlock Holmes.
Hey, Caden.
Commander?
And the Queen! I wonder if we'll get to see the
like-
Queen. Is she here?
For anything.
Sherlock
Yeah,
Holmes, in the
and-
case of what the fuck are we doing?
Your students.
That'd be great. Sherlock Holmes just bops Shepard on the head and becomes the protagonist in the last bit of the game.
I still feel strongly we should meet the Queen on one of these street corners. She's just like, oh, I'm the Queen. Save my city.
And then she's like, I'm coming with you, Shepard.
Wait, no, this is goodbye? What? We don't know, like, I haven't even been told what we're doing yet.
But the writers know, and they told Kate.
I really hope everyone you're talking to is distracted by how horrible that visor is.
They're all too embarrassed to say anything about it. I said last week, when you weren't here, it looks... You remember how KOTOR was like this? How it had those ridiculous visors for everyone on your team? And you all looked like...
Quite a ride.
It sure has. But how
You look like
it all
a
looked
bad
kind of
sort of
80s.
local Devo. You look like a bad Devo cover band. Or not Devo, Daft Punk.
The only thing I'm scared about at this point is the writers screwing me over.
You're right about that.
Which, to be fair, is terrifying with these writers.
Take
Can you
care,
have a
Major.
Daft Punk
This
cover band?
hurts.
You too, Commander. Well,
What would that be like? They would just play Daft Punk songs and wear different helmets.
Did you just say I should find the rest of my squid?
I've never been to London.
To be fair, you are negligent in keeping your squid together.
What? What was that? What? I've never been to London. Was that supposed to be like a callback to something?
No, it's just a nice character. I really like the goodbye moments in this. This is actually something that was done.
Hey,
this is the good
we
part
can
of the
call up
goodbyes.
Samara, and this guy totally knows who we're talking about and can connect us in 1 second.
Oh, Samara, I've got her number from that crazy weekend 3 years ago.
We needed to stare at your boobs before we do the MacGuffin button press.
I mean, when people complain about the end of this game, this is not really the part they're talking about. This is pretty good. You get heartfelt goodbyes, and yeah, it's a little tacky to just sort of go down the list and say goodbye, Steve, goodbye, John, goodbye, Bill, goodbye, Dan. But still, I mean, each character gets a send off, and it's a nice touch. It's not as good as the Morden goodbye because that was actually like a story instead of a short dialogue script, but it works.
Did I miss anyone back here?
Oh, I certainly would have missed it if it wasn't there.
Yeah, and for a lot of people, this kind of made the ending a little more bitter. This is what I've said before. Not to fault this part of the game, but you say goodbye to these characters, and then we have the big ending, and then it kind of throws everything into question, and you don't know what happened to them, or if they lived or died, or like how things turned out for them. And people said, we don't find out. And what?
I was going to say it'd be like having the whole 40-minute post dropping the ring in the Lord of the Rings thing happen before we drop the ring in, and then we say goodbye to everybody and just follow Sam and Frodo up into the mountain and don't ever go back to anyone else. Like, we don't find out what happened, we don't find out the end, we just sort of say, goodbye, 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 let's go on the final quest.
Yeah, and we follow them into the mountain, and they do it, and they win, and then we don't find out what happened with Aragorn and everybody else outside.
Dragon Age Origins actually did a pretty decent job with this. Everyone has like their sort of like last moments, then the last last thing happens, and then if you survive it, you get to go around.
I loved that final scene. That was a great ending right there. I found that very satisfying.
Well, I mean, it had the Fallout ending thing.
Yeah, and it all took place inside the same room, like the scene where you're talking to everybody. You didn't leave you didn't ever leave the chambers, like the royal chambers. You're just like walking around talking to people. They literally just created a zone with all of the NPCs in it, so you can have all the last dialogues.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Just like old times, Shepard.
No, I think we're about to kick the Reapers back into whatever black hole they cross.
I like how Primarch Victus is here on the ground.
Warm and tropical and
the leader of the Turian government and presumably one of their best like commanders is sitting around in a broken out building talking to Garrus and some other dude.
Meanwhile, he's supposed to be commanding a fleet, isn't he? He's probably looking around seeing if anybody's a walkie-talkie he can use to talk to his fleet.
We haven't won yet.
No, everybody more to the left. He's just looking up in the sky, squinting at the stars, trying to direct his fleet.
Half an hour before the devil knows you're dead.
That's a saying.
Turian heaven is the same as yours.
Never heard that saying before. Okay, whatever. Whatever you say, Garrus. Oh, I'm sure James was pulling your leg.
I heard that in an Irish Rover CD.
That's
it.
Oh.
Storming heaven. I guess there are worse.
I like that actually because that was one of the few parts where we're not all just like we're comparing human and Turian culture, which is something that doesn't happen often.
Yeah, I liked it too that it was unfamiliar to him, but he was able to get it.
Goodbye, Garrus.
And you should have been able to.
Yeah, I was
like,
born to do this.
And I heard a saying that when you've got the fizz on the mountains, it's time to descend into the valleys, singing and flapping your armpit. I really don't know what the fuck that's about, but presumably it's relevant.
Don't shove that hero with 1,000 faces down my throat any more than you're already doing. Why do I have a cane all of a sudden?
I heard this Turian saying, she had the reach, I had the flexibility. I don't know what that means.
Oh.
This right here is where the ending starts to get crappy. We're not done saying goodbye to people, but in the middle of saying goodbye to people and having all this emotion,
I'm pretty sure there were more than just those people on our ship.
Don't you wish Admiral Hackett had given us this promotion so that we could order somebody to do this turret. And we
Seriously?
could do stuff.
Like, grab one of those 3 dudes
All I'm
standing around
asking for is
jerking
full
off
naval
outside.
commander. Come on.
Just think of like a heartfelt or drama movie where you're saying goodbye to everybody for the last time. In the middle of that, an action sequence breaks out for no reason, and then we go right back to saying goodbye.
You could do that in a ironic, like Shaun of the Dead kind of jokey way. That would be great, a car chase where you're doing your "but I love you" kind of conversation while you're in the middle of a shooting car chase with the bad guys.
Well, here's the other
Like,
thing.
that would be an awesome
That's
thing.
it!
Yeah, you can't do it in a serious...
Oh, I guess I'm done. Steps away
the
from
other
the
thing.
machine gun.
They're worried that you'll get bored with too
How are
much
the
talking.
casualties?
Okay, but actually, that's not a bad point. See, the thing
No
is,
shit,
you
Liara.
talking-
We lost people.
See, the thing is, we've talked with these people before. You know, like we have spent a long time having conversations with these people, but our main attachment to these characters, like the main thing we remember, like probably when we reflect on our hours and hours of playthrough, is going through areas shooting people with these. There should have been a segment here. There should have been segments here where, like, we have our dialogues, but also we get a brief period where, instead of just wandering off and leaving them to stand around awkwardly while we save the world, we had a brief sequence with each where we, like, fought waves of enemies using the combat style that they're good at. Like Garrus, instead of taking the turret, you and Garrus would have, like, gone out there, and Garrus would be, like, sort of sniping them, and you would handle them as they come up the stairs, like, you know, as you sort of shout your goodbyes to each other.
That's a good idea. And you could do, you could do banter while you're having this fight. It wouldn't be a hard fight, so you could focus on the banter. But it would be like every few seconds that you'd trade comments, jab each other, joke around. And then he sends you on your way and he waves
I
goodbye.
can't tell if
and then
my
you
eyes are
meet the next
closed
teammate
because there's a
member.
fucking visor over my face.
Oh man, I hope you kiss. That would be
No,
really
she's
awkward
doing the
looking.
mind melt.
Oh.
She's giving you a mind melt to prepare you for the ending.
A mind melt? Is that like a couple pieces of toast with a brain sort of melted over them?
Actually, it's
Along with
just
the
a
hamburger
molten
patty?
cocktail.
Yep.
So you remember a giant red line. I gotta say, your mind is pretty boring, Liara.
And then they bust out this music. And you know what really pisses me off about them using this music here?
you
Is it kind of works on
For
me.
everything.
Yeah.
It does.
That would have probably been more meaningful if Liara had been the romance option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, like that's what Liara's written as in this game is, oh, it's a romance option.
Liara is the
and-
romance option. And also, the Shadow Broker, although I don't know if it remembers that she's the Shadow Broker.
Oh
She's
god,
still
please make
shadow
it stop, make it
brokering?
stop, make it stop. And someone was typing that. Go back to that, Josh. I want to comment on that.
I was trying to ignore it.
Someone is typing, is it like an audio transcription? No, it's not an audio transcription. It's just someone typing, oh god, please make it stop, make it stop, make it stop, make it stop. That is fantastic.
And then
Like,
you just lean
it's
on
like
the
a
exclamation
slasher
bar.
movie. Jason is cutting your leg off, and you're holding your cell phone up, screaming with text in the cell phone.
Siri, make
Type
it stop,
it
make it
furious.
stop, make it stop, make it stop.
Cannot find matches for make it stop, make it stop, make it stop.
Searching
Now I want to
IMDb
see a
for
slasher
make it
movie
stop.
like that.
When the Rachni laid waste the galaxy 2,000 years ago, when all seemed lost,
Hi, Rex. Okay, I guess you're here.
delivered the killer blow.
I guess that's really important. For
Did you
the
bring
most
Eve
important
too,
program.
so we can lose all of the eggs at once?
Word brought death to an
Your
enemy.
goodbye speech with Rex should just be, Rex?
That word was
Shepard.
If it isn't, I am gonna be fucking pissed. Can you even talk to him, or is he just gonna keep doing this speech?
We forge a new path.
I'd hate to interrupt him. He's on a roll. Look at him. He's almost ready to explode.
Hey, Rex.
here.
Deliver this
Rex.
inspiring speech to all those
Does
crows
this bother you?
running around in
Does this-
circles
hello?
in bright yellow
Does
armor.
Does this bother you? No? Man, what about this? Hey, what about this? How about
If
this?
you had
Does
a
this bother
dance
you?
emote, now would be the perfect time for that.
Shepard, You did it. No matter what else happens today.
This is I am disappointed.
Else could. You united a galaxy. That's a victory right there. And don't worry.
Oops. I may have interrupted it. Oh well. Apparently he's not important enough to have a full conversation with.
That's such an underdeveloped theme that...
What?
Suck it up,
the whole-
princesses? They have
status?
princesses on Krogan's world and that they're pampered, apparently. Is that...
Just the whole uniting everyone friendship thing that really is... It's not explored in an earnest or like...
Is it a big or small one?
You need a degree of naivete to deal with that.
Yes.
Ask away.
And this game doesn't really have that.
The Reapers have no reason not to use their full capabilities to destroy us. Their forces are in entrenched positions.
Do you think it's possible for a robot to feel love, Shepard?
And outnumber our forces. My question is,
Do you think that Joker could ever learn to love this incredibly sexy robo body I've been cursed with? What about these? Do you think these will do anything for him?
What do you mean I don't fail twice? I made it to the conduit the first time! Also, is that the first time the conduit has been name dropped, or was it mentioned in the last episode and I just wasn't paying attention?
Well, this is a different conduit. This is, they forgot a lot
Right,
about
but
the
I
first
mean,
conduit.
this is the first time they specifically mention the conduit in this game.
It might be,
man.
because
Whatever
I remember
the
being
conduit
confused.
happens to be. It's like,
Now we gotta
wait,
play
we're
the
going to
conduit?
Ilos?
Thessia,
That game sucks.
and everywhere else. Our chances of victory are less than assured. Are you afraid?
I owe them for
So-
Thessia and everywhere else. No, wait, that was...
I mean,
Kylo
this
Ren,
is
or
like
wait,
supposed to
were
be
you
like,
That's not
like
what I asked.
you reassuring Edie despite her reasonable side saying this is bullshit, except this is bullshit!
You understand
You know,
that
I
we
will
have
say that
to
having
be
just
done.
come from playing Halo 4,
I am
Edie
clear on
actually
what we
looks
need
less
to accomplish.
oversexified than
The Reapers
Cortana
have
does at
destroyed
this point.
thousands of civilizations.
Yeah.
I saw some footage of Cortana, and I kind of thought the same thing. It makes Edie look pretty tame.
Good. Fight hard, but fight
Well,
smart.
four games, you'd think she'd find some clothes.
You should have walked in here and Edie would be like, hey, nice visor, rocking the Edie, huh? I like it, hey.
Commander,
Now I just need your hairstyle.
just going over the sit rep.
You kind
I
of,
would
no,
love
the little flaps
to
kind of
slit my own
simulate the
throat by
hairstyle.
turning my head.
25% of Hammer has reported in.
That's it.
Forgive the crudity of this model, Marty. I didn't have
There's
time
some
to
stragglers
paint
still
it or build it to scale.
But the bulk of
No,
them
no,
are
fine. It's fine, Doc.
survived. We're as ready as we're likely to
So I thought I was talking to Joker, but I guess it's Anderson instead.
I'll check on my team. We'll get
This
going.
is the
Why
there's
is
no
the
turning back
renegade
moment.
I'll
option
give the
the...
battalion leaders the heads up.
Where is Joe? Oh, I guess Joker's on the
You know,
ship.
it
right,
would have
okay.
been nice.
Let's do
I
it.
didn't see this. You can correct me if I just missed it, but it would have been nice when you're
Let's
talking to
move
the
before the
fucking
Reapers realize
robot
what
who
we're
doesn't
up
know
to.
what the meaning of the word
Exactly my
morale.
thoughts.
If you could have actually just said something honest like, honestly, Edie, we're probably fucked, but what else are we gonna do?
But now
And I'm
the
not
That
gonna.
would
I'm
be
Commander
cool.
Shepard. I'm not gonna sit home
We've
eating
got to drive
Cheetos,
right from the
but
heart of Reaper controlled
you know,
territory. Break
we
past
are
their defenses.
not in a good
to
position
that
here
beat.
because you aren't.
That would be
Defenses.
interesting if the game allowed
entire
you the
area is
choice
falling
of
with
saying
Reaper
something like that.
But our biggest
Like,
concern
this
is
is
to
probably
destroy them.
hopeless and
Protecting
stupid,
the
but
beam
it's either
itself.
that or just wait to
Can we
die
bring in
and
air
do
support
nothing.
to deal with it? Negative. Some kind
Yeah,
of
I'm sure
interference.
we've got air
We'll have to
support.
take it out from the ground.
Air
Now they've
support.
cut a swath of no man's land through the city.
Some kind of interference is a big plot,
There'll be some
like,
limited shelter on the
right
other
it
side.
away.
Expect heavy ground resistance. We need to
I don't
get
think I've
our
ever
tanks
seen
to heat.
interference used in a non-hand wavy bullshit way.
We've got a shot at taking that thing out.
Well, it just strikes me as like a one of those Star Trek plots where it's like, can we use the
But there can be no
transporters? Negative. There's some sort of gamma radiation interference plot device. Use the
Okay.
shuttles.
Okay, who keeps getting
We're out of
like,
minutes.
Johnson,
Is that you? Is that you, Chris?
Yes,
You two will
yes.
coordinate the
No,
artillery
that's
units.
it's me. I forgot to turn off Steam.
We'll do it at
Awesome.
the end of this episode.
I'm sending you right up the gut.
We'll find out who
Resistance
just
is heavy.
bombed our
Support the
episode,
tanks the
and we
best
will
you can,
punish
but
them.
stay alive. I need you for the final push to the beam. I'll give you a minute with your squad. Pick your team well.
Pick your team well, or else.